So I've got a good friend who's growing a business and they're thinking about ways to increase demand. And if you think of supply demand, of course, there are several ways to increase demand. The most common way people think of is reducing price. But I think that is the wrong approach, especially for the kind of service, the kind of solution that my friend wants to deliver. So I thought if I'm going to record a video for my friend, I might as well record a video for you so that you can maybe glean a little bit of knowledge, experience from what I would say in private. I'm going to say it in public. Now let's take a scenario. Let's say you have a solution to a problem. Maybe it's a service, maybe it's a product, maybe it's a membership or something else. You have a solution to a problem. You know the value of the problem, but you also know that you need more customers. You need to sell the solution to a wider audience, and they're just not coming. Now, it's not that they're seeing the solution and saying it's not an effective solution. They just don't know about the solution. Well, that's a marketing messaging problem. That's not a value exchange problem. And so many times, I remember I used to work in retail. When we had an oversupply of a product, what we would do is we'd put it on sale. Of course, you hear stories of retail centers raising prices and then cutting them by 50% so that their net profit remains the same. But to the consumer, it looks like they're getting this great deal. I'm going to say on a smaller scale, when you're running a small business, like many of you, you're doing physical therapy clinics, occupational therapy clinics. There are other ways to increase the value without dropping the price. And it will in turn increase the demand. But the first thing we need to do is understand, do we have product market fit? How do we know if we have product market fit? Well, for me, in any of my businesses, the main way I know this has true product market fit is because people are seeking me out rather than me trying to convince them to become a customer. People are reaching out to me through either phone or email or messenger. They're saying, hey, Tony, I need this solution that you have. I'm willing to pay whatever the price is. That is the truest sign that I have real product market fit. This is a solution that is genuinely solving people's problems. Now, once I have that, once that's been proven to me, now I can put money into ads because that is like throwing gas on a fire. But most people don't get to that point. They don't necessarily know if they have genuine market fit, product market fit. So step one, we need to determine, do we have true product market fit? Step two, do we have a fair exchange in value? And when I say fair, that doesn't mean that you lose, they win. Fair exchange in value means both sides of the exchange come out with more than they go in. If I'm selling a product, I'm selling a widget, and it costs me $1 to produce the widget, but I want to sell the widget for $10. If the person buying the widget can turn the $10 investment to get the widget into $100, it's a surplus in the exchange on their side. And if they're going to give me $10 for a widget that costs me $1, I've got a surplus in exchange. So both sides are winning. The $10 to the consumer is worth less than the $100 the widget will deliver. And the $10 to me is worth more than the $1 cost to generate and create the widget. It can be a win-win on both sides. So first we have product market fit. Second, we have the ample exchange in value on both sides. If we don't have an excess in value exchange, then what we need to do is we need to say, okay, are we really not delivering the excess in value, or are we not conveying the value, communicating the value to the consumer? And I see this in physical therapy practices all the time. Imagine for a second, you are currently selling, let's say, an $80 physical therapy visit, and you want to get to that $300 price point. And you're like, I know that I've got more education than anyone else. I know that I can produce the outcome quicker and more effectively than anyone else, but clients just won't pay $300. They're used to paying $80. And we're saying we're comparing two cash practices in this scenario. Okay, well, what are some of the things that you might be delivering that you're not even telling your patients about? My hunch is If a patient has a problem at 9 p.m. and they're your patient, you've evaluated this patient, you've issued the home exercise program, you've got follow-up appointments scheduled. If they have a problem at 9 p.m. at night, I bet that person can call you. If that same patient went to see a hospital-employed physical therapist, do you think that that patient would have that physical therapist's personal cell number and would be able to call that therapist at 9 p.m.? I guarantee they wouldn't. Legally, they wouldn't. Ethically, they wouldn't. Compliance wouldn't allow it. But I know that so many of you private practice owners give your personal cell phone to the patient and would allow them to call you at 9 p.m. at night. So that is a value add. But you're not telling them that that's a value add. You're not showing them the worth of that value add. So let's just arbitrarily put a price tag on it. Let's say that $100 a month would entitle them to being able to call you after hours with questions and problems that might arise during the plan of care. If they were to text you, if they were to email you, I know that you would spend time researching your answer and getting back to them. Hospital-based therapists, employed therapists, corporate therapists, they're not going to do that. So that is a second value add. So maybe it's $100 monthly membership value for being able to talk to you on the phone. Maybe it's another $100 for being able to text or email you through a HIPAA compliant platform. Maybe it's another $100 value that you're going to allow them to schedule prime appointment times. I just talked to 3 patients this morning who couldn't get appointments anywhere else in the city without waiting an extra 2 to 3 weeks to start their physical therapy. So they had never been patients of mine before. They called me and within 24 hours, they were on the schedule and we were making them feel better. That is a huge value add. That is something that has monetary value alongside the intangible value of them knowing that they can get in when they want to get in. Maybe that's another $100, right? So we're stacking all of this value and we're applying a price tag to it. And we're showing the person that, yeah, you're paying $300 a visit, but you're also getting unlimited telephone calls. You're also getting unlimited text and email. You're also getting priority scheduling. You're also getting the convenience of me meeting you anywhere that you want to receive the physical therapy service. Maybe you want to go to the park, you want to go to the beach, you want to go to the fitness center. I can do that where none of the corporate-based therapy providers can offer that kind of service. All of these things are value adds that raise the value that don't require you to drop the price. And so now, if you can identify 6, 8, 10 value adds that have real monetary benefit that you can stack on top of your price, and then you say, look, the total worth, and I use worth on purpose because worth relates to money, to price, to cost. The total worth of this is $1,200, and I'm going to deliver it to you today for $300, for $299. I think now you can price anchor, and if you don't know about price anchoring, go to Google, go to YouTube, search price anchoring. You can price anchor your $300 service at a $1,200 value, whereas before you weren't price anchoring, you weren't stacking, you weren't doing any of the things that encourage the consumer to understand what are they actually getting for the money they're paying. So I would love to hear from you. Are you price anchoring right now in your messaging? Are you stacking value right now in your messaging? If you're not, I think you see where the problem lies. Start doing that and let me know how it goes.